Hello guys, today I want to talk about feedback. The reason I'm recording this right now is because I recorded it in the afternoon. I looked back, and if you check out my previous video, um, I found out two things for today. So the daily, feedback, what I've learned about my speech. So the first one is I moved my hand around my face, which makes me look really nervous. And the second thing is I took a look at the camera like this, which makes me look like someone who's trying to fight you. No, I'm trying to share my ideas. I don't want to fight someone. So the two things that I found out today, I was doing it extremely up. Like I was doing that on my afternoon video, and like you get a cut in your leg. Before you notice it, it doesn't hurt, but after you see it, then it hurts all days. It's something like that. So before I was like, okay, this looks fine, but after I did my feedback, that looked really bad. So I'm recording it again. Basically, what I'm going to talk about is why feedback is important, and how to use feedback, and how to actually do what I just told, like how to actually feedback. The first thing is going to be why feedback is important. So never improve without feedback. That's like the truth. If you do the same thing with the same tools at the same time, you're going to get the same results. So Einstein said, if you expect different goals while doing the same thing, you're crazy. And feedback is looking at the results and fixing what you put in. So by looking at the result, fixing what you put in, you get a better result. And if you do that repeatedly, you're going to increase in your volume, your capacity, your quality, your quantity. Something's going to improve. Okay. So our goal is to improve, and to improve, you have to feedback. So that's why feedback is important. So on the script, I wrote down a metaphor. So it's like feedback. So you can't cut a tree faster with a electrical saw. No, you can't cut a tree faster with with your saw compared to I'm sorry. You cannot magically cut a tree with an axe faster than an electrical saw. So you have to equip yourself with better tools, and feedbacking is the process of equipping yourself with better tools. Now I'm going to talk about how to feedback. So you have to look at yourself as a third person perspective. So you shouldn't be looking at yourself as I. You should look at yourself as, in my case, it's Enzo. You have to look at yourself as Kim. So what is Kim doing? What did Kim think at that moment? You have to practice to look at yourself in a third person's eyes. But this is really hard, especially when you're doing mental things. At least when you're doing physical things, it's better because your mind is not so mind and muscle are connected. What I'm saying is you're able to think about what you're doing when you're doing an exercise. For instance, let's say you're doing bench presses. When you're pushing, you can keep reminding yourself, let's say, to make an arch or push with the legs or keep a good form. You can't consciously think about it. But when you're studying or when you're doing something in a really concentrated way, it's really hard to think about what you are thinking because your brain capacity is already on 100%. It's really hard to add that thought of thinking about what you're thinking. So what I recommend is you should record yourself. So just like me, the reason I started this YouTube channel is to find out how I speak. So instead of thinking about how I speak myself and look at it, I can actually see how I speak, right? So you can just check out my whole channel, and my speech has dramatically improved. So yeah, so you have to record yourself when you're doing something that is mental. And the second tip is you have to wire it 2 times. So the play speed should become, you should set it on 2 times speed, or you could shoot a time lapse. I recommend time lapse, but if you don't want to do that, shoot a video, and the playback speed, set the playback speed to 2 times. The reason you do that is real-time movements aren't that fast, so you don't go like, you don't actually know whether you're doing something or not. So human brains are wired to identify things that are changing or moving fast. So it's much easier to spot something when you do it on a time lapse or do it on a 2x speed. So from now on, when you're doing something mental, what you have to do is you're going to record yourself with a phone, with a video, with something. You're going to record yourself, and you're going to put it on 2x speed. You're going to play it back on 2x speed, and look at yourself, how you're doing, and you can clearly see the difference. So let's say you're going to record yourself studying. When you're studying, you record yourself, and you know you had a really good session. You concentrated well, everything was good, you were energized, you were solving the questions all correct, getting everything correct. If you look at the video, you don't move that much. You're like sitting down and looking at the paper, and all you do is move your hands like this or think. That's all you do. But when you look at yourself, like after lunch or at the times that you are not in the best state of mind, you can see yourself moving around. So you pick up that, you eat a bottle of water, you drink a bottle of water, you get up to go to the bathroom, and you do all that. And if you put it on 2x speed, you're going to find yourself really moving around like a rat. So, not a rat, like moving around a lot. So, to sum it up, feedback is important. And to do feedback, you're going to look at yourself as a third person perspective. And to do that, the best way that I recommend is first, record yourself. And second, play the recorded video on 2x speed. That's going to massively improve how you do by feedback. So that's how you feedback, and that's how I do it. That's how I started this channel. And thanks for watching.